I had to. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It is your boy JVZY. Today we're gonna do a video on ownership of a 2007 Civic SI. This is the 8th generation. I've owned this car for almost 5 years now, and I just decided that it'd be a good time to kind of give my overall review on the car. I'll be going over some common issues that you'll find on the Civic SI, and I'll also be covering some tasteful mods that I've added over the years. So I've done a write-up on this on my blog. Feel free to check out the link in the description below. Anyways, let's jump right into it. Some typical things that you'll find on a Civic SI would be a bad AC compressor. Another thing would be the passenger rear caliper either seizing up or blowing out. That happened to me once. Another common issue is second gear lockout or grinding. As for cosmetics, the clearest problem here, no pun intended, is the clear coat peeling. As you can see in these clips, most of the clear coat is peeling all over the car, from the fenders to the hood. The roof clear coat is mainly gone, and as well as the trunk. Lastly, 8th gen Civics have a tendency to have the clutch pedal bracket crack. This one happened pretty recently. The car sat for a week until I found a welder on Google. He was able to weld it for like 40 bucks. It was this guy in this random ass garage in a random ass apartment. He saved the day for sure. Shout out to that guy. Those were just some common issues. What I'm gonna get into next is probably what most people are interested in. This is kind of like the mod list or personal touches I've added to the car. So let's get into it. When I first got the car, it came fully loaded with OEM all-weather floor mats, the SI carpets, trunk liner, sunroof visor, and most importantly, the HFP kit. HFP stands for Honda Factory Performance. The car came in with the front lip, side skirts, and the rear lip. Now that I have a Civic, I had a ton of options to choose from in terms of personalizing. They're not like major mods, but just some personal touches to make the car feel more like mine. The first thing I did, way before I bought the car, I bought a Chronicles and Battlecraft 10-year shift knob. It's their Hyper Teardrop shift knob. It came in black and it had 10-year anniversary engraved. Super dope piece. I ended up opting for a Hybrid Racing Darwin shift knob. Same shape as the Hyper Teardrop, but just way more comfortable for my hand. Next thing I did was get it tinted. It was mandatory, you know, again, being in California, it gets hot. I just had to keep the interior cool. I went ahead and got some 20% tints all around, ceramic. Yeah, mandatory. Another mandatory thing would be switching out the radio. I love Bluetooth. I don't like using wires. I went with the Kenwood touchscreen head unit. At the time, Hybrid Racing was releasing a lot of stuff for the 8th gen Civic. Unfortunately, their short shifter setup was a bit out of my price range, but I still wanted something to improve the shifter feel. I went ahead and got some Acuity shifter cable bushings. Pretty easy to install. That improved shifter feel for sure. Next thing was a bit of a performance mod. I installed some EBC Red Stuff brake pads. I paired those along with Brembo blank rotors. The rotors I got were for a Acura RSX. Next thing I did, way before I got the wheels, for the rear suspension, I upgraded the camber arms to SPC rear camber arms. That would allow for the rear wheels to clear the fenders. I went out to Kruber and found this set of Advan RGs. It's a staggered setup. The specs are 17x9 plus 35 and 17x8 plus 37. I decided to run a front stagger setup. The major upgrade I did to the car was install the Excetti Stage 1 clutch. I kept the flywheel stock. I had it resurfaced at a local shop. While I was there, I went ahead and switched out the OEM clutch master cylinder with the EM2 clutch master cylinder. I also went ahead and replaced the slave with the RSX Type S slave. And to connect the two, I installed a hybrid racing clutch line conversion kit. Please pardon this interruption. I want to thank my sponsor, my wife. My wife has blessed me with the dream part, which I'll reveal in this next clip. Shout out to my wife for supporting my financial mistakes and her contribution to my addiction. Thank you, wifey. I love you. This exhaust is a Skunk 2 Mega Power R catback exhaust. One of the best mods I've done to the car. It changed its personality so much. Often I forget I have this exhaust because it just feels like it's meant to be with this car. Almost meant to be that I think it's stock or something like that. I don't know. Last mod would be the Hasport 62A rear engine mount. The rear torque mount was going bad. I noticed on cold mornings when I would shift from second to third, I would hear this clunk going. Since upgrading, there has been a lot more vibrations upon startup. I guess it's broken in. I don't really notice it too much. There were some other miscellaneous items I did, like change out the bulbs. At one point I had these 09 to 11 OEM headlights with the HID retrofit. They started to become oxidized on the lens and they didn't have much light output. It just didn't work out, so I went back to the OEM ones. What are my takeaways? I think it is one of the best daily drivers you can get out there. Almost making 200 horsepower. That is enough to get around. It's just such a dope ass car. That K20 Z3, if you ever have a chance to drive one, like, please do it. It'll change your life. It changed my life for sure. So sporty, so much fun to drive. But even when you want to chill, it can chill too. I do grocery runs in this car, and the trunk space, I always underestimate, man. Like, you could fit so much shit in that trunk. And when you think you don't have enough space, you fold down the seats and, dude, it's like you have a wagon. There was one day where we ordered 4 bar stools from IKEA. I didn't know whether or not I was gonna fit it, but folded down the seats and everything fit in there just like butter. It was crazy. But yeah, grocery runs. And lastly, I mean, Honda reliability. People daily drive these cars, and on the weekend, they'll even drive them to the track. That shit is nuts. I haven't done it personally, but I am tempted to test that reliability. Colorado has a decent amount of snow. It's nothing crazy like a foot of snow, but when I first had the Michelins on, it was kind of sketchy driving around. But once you throw on a good set of tires, just like, for example, Bridgestone Blizzaks, it changes the driving experience way more. Way more confidence in turning, way more confidence in braking, and just feeling safe getting around town. Back when I was at the dealer, someone joked around that when you come to work, it's always a Civics there. Like, Civics always make it to work. And I thought that was really funny. Well, that is it on this video of my 2007 Civic SI. Thanks again for stopping by. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. This is JVZY. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thank you. Peace.